Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious siege battle. My name is Apollo, and we are back with our siege week, which this week is going to be Thrones of Britannia. So we've got quite the struggle. I know it looks like the siege has already started, but the defenders are actually not putting up any kind of stand here in the outer parts of the wall, which is a little surprising. I'll explain why soon. But we've got very Viking-ish factions here once again. So we have Dyflin, which is one of the Sea Vikings. We have Northumbria, which I believe is under Dane law at this point. Very Viking. They got a lot of Viking units in that army. And then over on the other side, we have the Norse, which, yeah, very Viking. And then their ally, which is the Normans, which I wouldn't necessarily say are Vikings. And I certainly wouldn't say that they're French. Oftentimes when I hear people about William the Conqueror, like, you know, people talk about William the Conqueror and say, oh, the French conquered England. I very disagree with that statement because the Normans were not French. Again, they were like a Viking-French blend. Very different. So, and that's coming from a French weeaboo. Trust me, I would love to hear, you know, French conquered England, you know. But that's not the case, as the Normans conquered England. And William the Conqueror, pretty harsh guy. Don't want to put him in a good light, but at the same time, he kind of really built up a lot of castles and brought a lot to England. A lot of bad, but also a lot of good. And that's honestly a lot of historical figures in history. But anyways, let's dive into this. So yeah, really surprising that they're not defending these outer parts. And one of the reasons is that really has me scratch my head. If you look at the army comp of, I don't know if it's not, I think it's Northumbria. If you look at the army comp of Northumbria, 85% of their army are all great axemen. Yeah, very aggressive army. They do a lot of damage, but they do not have good defense. So defending the outer parts of these walls, you activate the arrow towers. You can set up archers, fire down. You can get a lot of kills against those great axes before they can even reach the walls because they don't have proper defense. That's one of the reasons that really surprised me there. But to be fair to the defenders, and I'm not taking anything away from the defenders, the money in this game is not balanced. If you're defending, you are at a great disadvantage. Now, some of these settlements are easy to defend. This one's fairly easy. It's big, but if you fall back over here, there's only two ways you can get up to this settlement. One way is just Death Alley over here, as you can shoot down arrows with archers from this position. So it's tough to balance for sure. But I think Thrones of Britannia, the defenders should get a little bit more money, as it's not super fair, but that's all right. It makes for a very challenging defense for, well, the defenders. So yeah, this is going to be quite the setup, and it seems like they are going to make a stand near this gate. They do have some arrow towers supporting them, so it's not like they're completely out of support of arrow towers. I would move up this force here, because you would get the arrow tower. And yeah, and this is a pretty narrow place to hold. I think that would be a pretty good spot. I'm not sure why he's fallen back here, because instead of having, well, I guess you would still need 2 units to hold right here, wouldn't you? But still, it would be pretty important to take. Now, we also have some units over here from Northumbria who have some siege towers, and there is nothing defending against this area. That's gonna be huge. I mean, these 2 units right here could easily break these forces as they're dealing with the frontal force that's attacking. And sure enough, this is what you need to do right here. Burn the village down. If the defenders are not going to hold their ground, you burn it down. Just burn it all down, and that's going to greatly help the attacking cause here, because it's going to take away supplies and melee skill, which -1 doesn't sound like a lot, but you keep burning down more buildings, it goes -2. 3, 4, and -4 supplies and melee skill. That is huge. That is huge in an attack. So what we're going to do here, again, I'm not going to edit it out because I don't like doing that, because I like to show you guys what they do. You know, how you can see how they move their troops through here and they burn down the city. So I'm going to fast forward here. And this is reminding me very much of the battle from yesterday, where the forces kind of fell back and relied on closer choke points. And it paid off. It paid off for them. But will it pay off for this army? As there's a lot of buildings over here to burn. Also, a lot of capture points. Another reason why you don't want to give up victory point right here, which is going to affect the morale of the forces on the battlefield. Something you have to really consider. They're still holding back the troops into the trees here, and more of these forces are just getting as close as possible and trying to burn as many buildings down as possible. They should. Oh, look at the fire. It's spreading. Oh, yeah. They are now at 8%, -2. And we might actually get a clash here. Yeah, he's committing. Then we have defending artillery opening fire. Look at this. Pew, pew, pew. Lots of arrows coming in. Oh, my God. Oof. That's intense. Oof. Really good clash of axes there, and more axemen going in. This is gonna be pretty costly for Dyflin. I think this is a little too gung ho. Excuse me, because I think he should make sure he has supporting units helping him. Like 2 units, they're just gonna die without taking out many of the defenders. And look, he's even moving his spears around to flank around them. These are marauders. I mean, they're not the greatest of the soldiers, but you don't want to just throw them away like this. I mean, some of them will get better and become veterans, you know? But yeah, we've got a nice fight going on right here. I mean, it's always exciting to see the troops charge in right away. Hold firm, spears. Spears are very good. Excuse me. Sorry. Spears are, dang it, I'm sorry guys. Spears are very good at holding the line for sure. They are very useful at just keeping back the enemy without losing too many troops quickly. They don't get a ton of kills, but again, they're there to hold them back, give time for your archers to fire down at your enemy. And spears are, especially in Total War, spears are not as powerful as they should be. Spears are a very deadly tool in battle, and often better than swords, because you can keep your enemy at bay. You can kill him from a distance, where a sword you have to get very close. So that's one thing to consider. I just think spears are, I think it's more of a balancing thing, but spears are very nasty. So a pretty intense fight in the center. Over here, the Dyflin soldiers have been destroyed, and you can see what's left of this force right here. Man, Thrones of Britannia is always very cinematic. We've got a huge blob of troops. I think this is a bit overkill, especially for this position here. I think at max you commit 2 units attacking. 4 units is just too much, because I would say like 80% of the soldiers you see here are not fighting at all. They're just in the back getting tired. These troops get tired. Like, it's not an individual, like fatigue is not an individual thing in a unit, right? If one soldier is fighting, for example, this is a bit ridiculous and a bit extreme, but it's true. If one single soldier of the unit is fighting and the rest are just sitting back, they all get tired. So you've got to make sure you don't commit too many forces in one spot, so you can make sure that your soldiers are fighting to the best of their ability instead of having an issue of fatigue. There we can see the soldiers fighting their hearts out, giving it their all for Normandy. More and more buildings burning down. They are down to 15%, -3 supplies, -3 melee skill. They got to keep that up, but at the same time, I am not liking this assault. I do not like this. They need to attack on all fronts right now, and I don't know why they're kind of attacking in waves. And look at all the death over here. I mean, they're just like saying, hey, artillery right here, big target. Like, this right here, to me, if I was defending, this is a big old target I'm aiming for. Because you can kill so many troops without the risk, a low risk of killing your own men. So it's really important to not blob like, another reason not to blob up like that. You gotta be a little bit smarter with the reserves. if you want to make sure you get every single soldier fighting to their best ability. Back over here, more armored archers moving up. So we've got 3 archers from Northumbria. I think that's their max amount of archers. They did not bring 4. Artillery now opening fire. See, this is good. This is good. Seeing artillery just shelling the defenses, weakening them, and causing some issues. I'd even just, you know, fire down some arrows as well. And already Dyflin is starting to break here. We've got a unit of 73 men breaking. They will return to the battle. They are wavering now instead of routing, but they're not going to be as effective as they should be. Soldiers coming over this way. I would quickly take this arrow tower. Move up was the Danelaw Spearmen. And they've got a lot of reserves over here as well. So they've got some of their best soldiers, actually. Look at these. These are the Norman foot soldiers. Very, very good. One of the best soldiers for the Normans. They also are holding back some Flemish crossbows, which can just tear up people in this game. Just insane. So there they are, fighting the good fight. Fighting the good fight. And it seems like, hey, it seems like they kind of are learning as they go here. They're not committing any more forces. And I like how he's formed a bit of a shield wall. He's got his spears forming a shield wall, which is kind of protecting them from arrow fire, which is nice to see. Now we got some more marauders going into the fight. We got a shield wall from this Norman shield wall. There goes the charge. Come on, boys. Take them out. So that's a little bit better. I like that a lot. Just seeing him not all charge in at once. And he's letting his troops rest up here a little bit. More artillery coming in. Oh, very good hit right there against these freemen. And these are just freemen, guys. I mean, freemen are not tough. And if you can break, there's just 3 units of freemen. And I guess there's Viking archers, which would definitely get a lot of kills. There's 4 of them. But if you can get through the freemen, you can easily get behind this force, because it seems like the Normans have much better troops than just freemen. And there we go. Very nice. Look at, very wise. You go into shield wall, nothing's going to hurt you. You're going to lose troops here and there, for sure. That actually looked really cool. Hold the line. But yeah, they can absorb lots of ammo. That's always a wise decision. And they've got a lot of reserves just hanging back here. I would just start to move them up, honestly. Get them ready just in case if... Oh, wait, there's some cav charging out from the Norse. We have Viking scouts who are probably looking for vulnerable targets. Let's see where he goes here. I'm sure he was guessing that there's going to be some soldiers here. Maybe not. Maybe he can see these troops over here. There's some artillery he might go for. There's some Huscarls, but I'm not really seeing any like archers out of position or anything like that. But still, he has cav behind enemy lines, which is always helpful. The balance of power is looking really rough for the defenders. They're outnumbered by quite a lot in this battle so far. But so far, it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. They just need to commit. I mean, at this point, just commit to the fight. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for. Like a tornado to come in here? An asteroid or something? Like to take out this defender? You got to do something. And standing around is just not going to get the job done. Let's see what he does here, though. Great. We got great axemen going up to the fight. And this is also going to be interesting to see what the defenders do here. Do they spot the fact that these axemen are vulnerable to missile fire? Are they going to focus them down? And he is sending axemen up this way. So we're going to fast forward a tad bit and see what happens here. The Norse cav is running around, again, looking for a target to go after. Finally, we have a sizable force going to the flank, but it's Northumbria, and they are sending in their great axemen. This is going to hurt. If the Norse open fire on these guys, they are going to lose many soldiers. Now, they are moving up armored archers to kind of help support them, which is great. They need to do that. But very wisely, it seems like the archers, I think they're avoiding the attacking archers and going for the great axemen. Though I can't tell yet. I would get my archers very close to the spears. Let's see. Yep, going for the great axemen. Maybe. I still can't tell if they're going. I'm pretty sure they're going for the great axemen. And now they're moving in. That's probably for the best. I don't remember if you can do loose formation, but let's see what he does here. Who's breaking here? What is it? A catapult crew? Oh my god, they've used up their ammo already. Oof. There we go. Come on, put more fire down. Put more suppressing fire. Here comes the charge. Look at those spears. They're ready. They are ready. There's the charge. Charge! There you go. There they go. Nice. Alright, archers, focus down this blob. They didn't even attack the entire line. Again, try to attack every single unit. Don't blob up like this, because now he can flank around with his spears. Now the archers are... Oh, look at this. The Norse. The Viking cav getting a great hit with the archers. Like I said, they were... even if they can see your cav, just be patient. Wait for them to make a mistake. Now the Viking cav do break, but they do break one of the archers, which is huge. Alright, but let's see what they do here. Oh, they're falling back. They're leaving the spears alone. Abandoned. I just think they could really get a lot of kills with them so blobbed up over there. So this fight's going to be pretty intense, but these axes should easily take this. Very nice. Very nice. The Norman shield wall is still, again, the spears are just so good. They're so good at just holding the line. So they're just not making any progress here, but they've burnt down a lot of buildings. And now 20%. 20%, and the axes just did quick work of these freemen. They stand no chance against these axes. That's one thing the axes are really good at, right? That's why I said they're very aggressive. They do a lot of damage. They can break through defenses pretty quickly, but they are weak to archer fire, and that's one thing you got to look out for when you are going heavy with the axes. So the Norman flank is now going to be exposed. And look at this cheeky little maneuver. Very smart play by the Danelaw spearmen. They're going to now be able to flank around the Norman levy spearmen. Oh, but instead they're going to keep pursuing. They're going after archers. Normans are quickly sending over spears to try to stop them. He does stop a good portion of them, but, well, nice. The archer, that's smart. These archers, if they died right there, you might as well just quit. Because don't quit though, fight to the end. But archers are so important in a defense, and if you lose archers, it's over. It's over, man. Game over. So they've got them surrounded. Wait, the Normans have them surrounded. Uh-oh, that's not good. The Normans. Okay, the Normans are breaking here. So these guys, if the Danelaw spears break these guys quickly, they need to quickly help this unit over here that's surrounded, fighting to the death. Because that could be a good win for the Normans. The Normans are not breaking anytime soon. And the Norse are just sending in their freemen. It looks like they're breaking and coming back, and they're just constantly resending in their freemen, trying to help them out. But you can see the outer part of the city. The church is up here. Their best soldiers are waiting in reserve, and you can tell that this battle is going to come down to the final stand. Oftentimes, thrones of Britannia, come down to the epic final stands. Lots of troops pouring into here, trying to quickly finish off this Norman spear wall. Now, oh, finally, some great axes coming in to help support. They're like, these spears are like, finally! Where were you? That should break these Normans very quickly. Axemen fighting at your back and you're a Norman levy spearman, you're screwed. You're not going to last very long. There we go. They break. And now they can focus on one direction. That's going to cause these levy spearmen to break as well. And finally, the attackers have taken the first outer defensive position. And they're actually now taking the gate. These freemen are running for it. Are they going to go back? They're going to go back. Open the gate. Or not. Wipe them from history. Alright, some more troops coming up this way. And some axemen are in position. Norman footmen, soldiers in position. And we're probably going to have to make a cut here. As there's nothing to defend. But again, what do I always say? If they leave the town undefended, burn it all down. Burn it all down. They've burned about 22%. They can do more. Burn 80%. Burn all of it. I don't know. Burn it all. These freemen actually are in a pretty good spot here, though. By this gate. Able to hold off these troops. But they are wavering. And they're probably, you know, since they're such low quality troops, they're probably not going to last much longer. So, yeah. Here's the town. It is aflame. It has been burnt down to a crisp. And there's plenty more fresh buildings, which sure enough, look at this. They're burning it down. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Yes, burn it. Burn it all. Very cool. Very cool to see that. Alright guys, welcome back. So a fairly long cut there where the attackers were just getting ready to assault this final stand. You can see that... well, you didn't see it, but the attackers were setting up super depleted troops and absorbing a ton of ammo. So the defenders kind of fell for that trap and were just shooting at units that probably they didn't need to shoot at. But they are constantly trying to set up units here that are just getting shredded by archers. And again, I don't know why they're kind of going for this trap. And this is certainly a trap because... why would you waste your ammo on Danelaw spearmen when you could use it on the axemen? These guys. All of these troops right here. Look at these boys. They're just asking to get shot by archers. And it would be more effective to kill these guys instead of spearmen. And there they go. The archers are falling back, which is good. I just hope they start to shoot at more valuable targets, more vulnerable targets. They're also setting up some forces over around this flank as well. Got some great axemen coming up here. Again, the defenders should send at least 1 unit, 2 units of archers to fire down at these troops as they're getting closer and closer to this choke point here. So we will be seeing a great push from those axemen. A mighty push. And the Normans opening fire here. Now going to fall back. Look at these troops. Oh man, that's so cool. Just love seeing them. I love the shield wall. It just looks great. There we go. Opening fire, getting some great kills. Though he shouldn't use that ammo on the spears. He should use it on the axemen. And they're still burning down the city. Look at this. Now, -7 melee skill. That is insanely huge. And this is what you need to do, guys. Look at this. Setting a unit that has raiding capabilities, running around, burning every single house down. Just burning it all. Burn it all down. Burn it all. All these buildings. let them fall. So really cool. But I don't know what's going on here. Why do they continue to use archer ammo? Why? On spears with big shields and shield wall. Save it for the axemen, and the attackers know this. They know what they're doing, and it's working. And so yeah, I would do the same thing. Just send these guys up here, and we're gonna fast forward again, guys. And we do have some Viking, some Eastman hunters opening fire and trying to kill off the, which is smart. Again, sending them up before you send up the axemen. And this is gonna be the big push. And if the defenders can pull this off, I'm going to be amazed, because they've already suffered so much. They've lost so much of their village. They used up all of their ammo, most of their ammo on spearmen instead of the axemen. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to hold. I mean, they've -7 melee skill is a huge amount. And now the spears are in position again. And once again, the two sides are kind of taking their time. I think he's waiting for these forces to get in position. That way they can attack on two fronts at the same time, which is always smart. We do have some Viking archers holding fire, I think. No, they have their swords out. These guys don't. They don't have their swords out, which is good. Which means that they still have ammo, but to see that these men don't have any more ammo and they didn't even face the axemen yet is really troublesome. That's really scary. I can't really explain that enough. You know, like it's really important. Let's see, what about over here? I think hopefully he still has ammo. He still has his crossbows out. And here we go. These troops are getting into position. It looks like they're going to be the ones actually charging in first. And do we have crossbows? Yeah, we have Norman archers, but they're going back over to the other side. Well, can these two units of troops hold? Can they hold the enemy back? I mean, oh wait, 3 units. 3, I think they could hold. Is he charging down? Charge! Nice. That's a pretty good counter charge. And the axes are in a very weird column formation, so he might be able to use that against them. He's got them kind of surrounded here a little bit. So that looks pretty promising. That actually gives them hope. The spears have charged in. Again, they're just throwing units away, whatever. Trying to get the archers to use their ammo. But now is the time. Now is the time to bring up the axes. And that's what he's doing. The great axes, the Huskarls. These are great archer targets. Please tell me he saved some of his ammo. Let's see. Now is the time. Now is the time. Open fire. Come on. They've got to be in range. Maybe a little bit closer. Maybe he's letting him think he's safe. Bill? Bill? Come on. Just open fire on these axes. No, there's no firing from the... The crossbows do not open fire, but luckily... Oh, no. What are you doing? Oh, no. The blob of death. Guys. Oh, jeez. Now they're opening fire. What in the world are they doing? Okay, so, like, you never... For obvious reasons, you never want to attack like this. You want to spread out your troops. Never blob them up, because we spoke about it before. The troops in the back are doing nothing except getting tired and getting shot at with arrows. This is just death. Oh no. Oh no, come on. That's so strange. That is so bizarre to me that he would make this mistake. And I'm not trying to be rough, mean to the player. We all make mistakes, guys. It's fine. But he was so smart about sending up the spears first to absorb ammo, but then he just charged all of his axes into a big blob. I don't know, I'm a little lost there. But over here, it's looking very bad for Northumbria. Their axemen are in a very awkward position. And they are just they are breaking some of the Norman but they're archers. Norman foot soldiers are breaking, that's good. So they've done some damage here, but I don't think Northumbria is going to be able to break through this line. So let's head back over here. And oh jeez. The Axemen. What in the world? 41% settlement damage. They were also very smart about burning down the village, right? But why aren't they charging in here? Now they are starting to disperse their axes there a little bit. Look, they're even burning down more buildings. But they just threw... They just threw a bunch of their forces to their deaths. That's kind of bizarre to me. I don't know. It's still, the balance of power is still greatly in their favor. So the possibility of winning is, for the attackers, is still very good. But I think they need to make some changes very quickly if they're going to be able to turn this one around, because I mean, they've got a lot of troops that are breaking over here and not properly fighting, and the defenders are looking very healthy. So let's see. Now we still have a ton of troops in reserve and 3 berserkers. Let's not get that. Let's not forget about that. Herdmen, very good. Hearthguard, we got the general. So they still have very good units. Hopefully Dyflin will disperse his troops a little bit and attack the flanks here instead of just one little area. Because if they can punch a hole through this defense, they've got a chance. And if we're looking at kills here, it's not looking great for the defenders. I feel like it's gotten worse for the defenders, but we'll see. Here we go. Herdman. And it does look like he's going to the flanks. Eastman, Axeman going over. Okay, good. It looks like, all right, I'm going to support. This is what he's thinking. I'm supporting my teammate. I'm going to attack on the flanks he's not attacking, just to start to overwhelm these troops.
Crush them!
Charge! There you go. Hold the line. There's another good charger. That's what you need to do right there. That's a good attack, because now you're attacking on all fronts. The archers are opening fire. That's fine. Berserkers are now being committed into the fight. That's not a terrible idea. He's got 3 of them. 1 can go on each flank. Center, left, right. Archers are still getting suppressed over there. The Normans have committed their general. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Normans. I'm sorry, Northumbria. And they've got some Huscarls. So I think they're going to be able to break through here, which is going to be disaster for the defenders. Defenders probably, I don't know. They probably should have saved their ammo for this point of the battle. This is a pretty intense fight here. Looks much better now that Dyflin threw their troops in. Very intense struggle right now. Push through, men. Push through. And all they have to do is get through a thin layer of mailed Herseer Axemen. And I think they're going to be able to do it soon. They are losing, unit losing. They do have some reserves over here, but they're wavering. The general is now being committed to this front. We got Norman Huscarls. They're going to be much needed. They need to send them in now. They really need to be committed. Norse are about to break, and you don't want to lose this choke point because they're going to be able to flank around your 1 unit. So he needs to get his troops up there. And there we go. They're starting to make some great progress on the defenders. Hopefully they're using general abilities here.
Smash them!
Now we got a charge of Norse Huskarls. I don't know why they went into triangle formation, because now their flanks aren't as wide and they're getting surrounded. But they are breaking a lot of Northumbria. They might just be able to hold on here. But I haven't seen much improvement in the numbers. In fact, it's only gotten worse, if I'm not mistaken. Hold. And it just, I think the biggest part is the fact that the settlement damage is so high. -8 supplies and melee skills. I mean, that's a lot. And because of it, they're really suffering in combat. The general is now being committed into the fight. But it's just such overwhelming numbers. Norman Huskarl is still fighting their hearts out, but can they fight on and kill the general? Doesn't look like it. They are losing. Their unit is losing. It looks like this city may fall out of the hands of the Norse and Normans.
Our foes have flanked us!
See, this would be a good spot for that artillery. Remember the defending artillery that they had at the beginning of the battle? I think they should have used it here. And I feel like that's what these battles come down to, right? Are just small little decisions that build up to big outcomes. And I think if he saved his ammo, his archer ammo, saved his artillery ammo, and used it here instead of earlier. Uh-oh. General has fallen. Yep, that's right there. And they're going to probably break. Yeah, they've already... Oh, wow. The Norse are sending over archers, and they just barely don't make it in time to save the general. But they're holding them back the best they can. But yeah, I think over here would have been a better use of the artillery. But again, I just want to make it clear too, it's always easier to give advice and commentary when the battle's done. It's always to be a better, it's always easy to be a backseat gamer than when you're actually fighting. Because I make these mistakes all the time, and I'm not trying to be hard on the players at all. Just like a little advice, little tips for everybody watching. And now we've got thousands upon thousands of troops smashing into this shield wall.
Crush them!
And it seems like this is going to be the end. The end of these forces.
Run them down!
Let's see. Combat even though. So it's not over until the fat lady's singing. This is going to be a problem, though. Once these archers die, these Huskarls are going to have free range, and they're going to be able to flank around their forces. Thankfully, the city will no longer be... Well, actually... Is he still trying to burn down... Oh, no. Look how many who died over here. I think they were just standing there and getting shot by an arrow tower. They're breaking now. Oh, man. And yeah, I think it's safe to say, with that kind of balance of power, there's absolutely no way that the defenders are going to turn this one around. I mean, they would need a miracle. They would need to kill the general and just cause fear. I mean, it would be crazy. And there we go. These forces have finally conquered this death alley over here. Not as deadly as the other choke point, but still very deadly. Where are they going? Where are they going? And there you have it, guys. The general is breaking. Out of all of them, the general is breaking. I think they are getting hit with archer fire, though, so... Oh, there we go. Now the flank is open, and that's going to wrap it up, as these Viking forces are going to be very easily be able to flank around the defenders and crush them. I was getting a little worried there. I thought the attackers were going to lose based on that big blob of a charge. But I think they did a really great job of burning down the village. And his ally coming in, who was Dyflin, doing a great job of, you know, attacking the flanks. There we go, the last couple units here. And that's going to be it for this battle replay. Day 2 of Siege Week. There you have it. Those troops have been slaughtered. It's a valiant defeat, but just not good enough. So yeah, a couple small mistakes here and there. I think that could have, like this is usually not a good sign. Like 90 kills, it seems pretty good, but like you could get 300 kills, even 400 kills if you use the ammo wisely. But it was a great fight. I believe this was sent in by Red Crows. Thank you so much, man, for the battle replay. He had a couple artillery pieces. Again, I think that would have been better to use them towards the end of the battle. And Thanatos was Norman. Sorry, brain fart. Northumbria, commanded by Nature Games, did great here. His axes look 372, 109, 1020, or 120. This is why you really need to focus them down. And then the Blood King did great with his forces. Didn't get nearly as many kills, but he had way less troops. Yeah, he had way less troops. And a lot of his troops he was just keeping in reserve. So really great fight, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another siege battle. So thanks, guys. See you next time on the battlefield.